Hi, I'm Turkish palm reader. Let's take a look of this person's palm. He's 46 years old. His dominant hand is right hand. By the way, if you would like a palm reading like this, please feel free to reach out to me through the description section. Left hand, which is your passive hand, that shows your potentials and then what do you know about yourself and what do you think about yourself, about your potentials, what level you are. So your opinion about yourself is left hand. Right hand is which is how you look from outside, what people thinks about you, your potentials and your capabilities, and how they know you. So this is the difference, left hand and right hand, actually passive and active hand. You know, it can be opposite sometimes, but for your case, is right hand is active. So this is like that. And then most important here, like when I look at the picture right away, sometimes I notice things like you have simian line, also the very rare Mercury finger, pinky finger, which is two phalange. Has to be three phalange normally. So you know, Mercury finger is very important finger, one of the important finger in the hand. Where and what case can be maybe early ages learning difficulties you might have until 7 and 8 years old. Later on, of course, you become very successful with education. Maybe in the very beginning, maybe with talking or some different things, you had some problems. Maybe you can tell me this with the email. And sometimes, because of Mercury finger is like this, you put a lot of effort on everything, but the results may not meet your expectations. So this can be another thing with that. Maybe you were shy person until 18, 20 years old. Later, maybe you fix that problem. And also, when I see the simian line and with this kind of Mercury finger, it might have you are acting impulsively, like because also in your hand we have a lot of heart line. Your mind affected by heart here. With the simian, also the heart line is very big in the hand. This is mixing with the fate line, also another branch of heart line here, and another branch goes to Jupiter mount here. So that shows more heart than mind. So you go more impulsively on everything in life. So together with Mercury finger here, that can affect it more. Mercury finger, another thing with the Mercury about communication skills, business skills can be, you know. And then we see nice Mercury lines here. I will come there. When you have simian line people, this kind of people usually they are not showing what they are feelings to outside. They are always like a secret. You know, they cannot really understand what you really like, what you really angry about it. You know, that's kind of blockage for you. You know, to really other people can know about you. This can affect your marriage life, which is you didn't marry yet, and maybe things can be related that. But actually, you can be very good friend because when people has simian lines in both hand. These people always very passionate and then protectively really cares the people around them, the family, friends. You know, they can do everything for them, and then they like to protect them. And then money sometimes cannot be very important for this kind of people, which is in your email also said. When you don't have to make money, like you don't have to run after money, you have things to do like your hobbies and you have some missions in your mind, which is you want to be in the wild and then dealing with the farm and then nature, yeah, this kind of things. So you really can have these things very successfully if you really don't need to run after the money. This is what you feel as well. So simian line people, you know, they are really good workers, but this doesn't has to be always about money, can be different things. And then very fanatic, you know, you can be like a passionate about something to do, like your hobbies, you really like to do your hobbies, repeating tasks, you know, over and over. You will not get bored, you will have good focus and concentration, which is if you're interested with sports, maybe in early ages you could be successful as well, because I see some fate line comes from inner Mars like this. This is shows that also related to government works or, you know, any franchise, or also good with sports. That shows that maybe in the beginning of life with simian hand and then this kind of fate line, it can show that you can be good, which is sports or anything needs good concentration. And then when we see the Mercury lines, many of programmers or computer engineers, I saw them, or online marketers, business people, they always have many Mercury lines, which is you have to. This is very good for business to open on your own business maybe in future, to have good communication skills, you can learn many languages, and then this kind of things, and being analytic, business minded person, which is how to make money. You can be good at this kind of things. Even some defects on the Mercury finger, I can say with these lines on top of Mercury mount, triangles here, that shows that you can have good skills about business and communication. These are good things to have. Also work with people, especially you have Ring of Solomon's here. That shows that with Mercury finger you can heal people. When you are they are next to you, when you talk to them, they feel relaxed with you. Also, you give nice impression to people, because when I check your fingers, they are almost like same. Like there is no one finger go extra big or extra small here. They are equal when you look at them. When they are like this is the message you give: come talk to me easily. But you can be very naive also, so be careful to not other people manipulate you about your feelings. You should be careful when you help the people. So you like to help, and then you give that message. But like I said, you need to always be careful about this. But basically, when you work with people, make them life better, or help them, or any charities can be, the nature as well. You can be good at this kind of things, which is you have hobbies related to that. And another line here we can say, second, actually one more here, like many Ring of Solomon. This is very good to become a very knowledgeable person in future and help people. You can teach people and you can learn very easily. You learn and teach other people very fast. You have good talents like that, I can say. This shows that you have good sympathy for other people, because warm-hearted, we can see with high Venus mount here, and your lifeline wider. So you're extroverted person. Maybe in the beginning of life you were shy, but when I see these lines here, you are warm-hearted and extroverted person, I can say. Also, when the Venus mount is high, shows like good willpower, and then libido as well, and then we can say nice energy, good energy to have, physical power as well. So this is good to have like this. And then of course for willpower we need good fate line here as well, so which is they are good in the hand. I will come there. Especially your heart line, there are many branches. So one branch goes mixed to the headline here, and other one goes like mixing with the other fate line here, and one more branch here goes to Jupiter and makes triangles with the Suleiman ring of Solomon's. These triangles here pairing, crossing with the heart and Ring of Solomon's. You are a very humanist and positive person, we can say that. And you can have occult studies, also philosophy, which is when we see this, your finger knocks here very big. You see well developed, they are extra big. So this shows that together with this, always knowledge comes. You really observe that knowledge, and then, or you have to make decision. You really see all the details that can help you with your job as well. Can be good quality controller, because your headline also, we cannot say very practical, because your heart line very strong in the hand, like you go with your feeling as well. But when you see like this, nobody can push you to make quick decision. You always have to think, and you go to deep inside with philosophically thinkings, and then you make decisions like that. And then this is good for spirituality, or maybe study on psychology. These kind of things can be interesting. You can read books about them. Maybe you're gonna have new hobbies or new studies for you if you are feeling on this. Also, we see many Jupiter lines here. They shows that you finished university and then you got a good job, which can be government. Maybe you did it before for government, or big franchise companies, so on. So these lines shows that you are ambitious person. You have targets to reach always. You have a goals in life, visions. So these lines are very important to have to push. To get it better always. And in emails I saw also, you have things to do in life, you are waiting for them. So this another line like that. There are also effort lines raising like that. There are early ages before 20. Let's say these things happen, or maybe this one after 20 a little bit, like finishing the university maybe. But those lines also all related about education and start the life very early, and then which is in the email also you were saying. Um, in the email it says, I would like to know if you can see in the palms if the career path aligns with my desires that I have always had since childhood. Yes, like you were feeling and you were pushing early ages. Like in early ages, you take the life seriously when we saw these lines, like education, and then start the life making money, feeling, and then it was very early ages, which is fate line also early ages appearing here. That shows that early ages was important to make a good start. So that's all set here, like you said, we can see that lines. So you did what you're supposed to do. And then another thing about Heartline, there are branches here on the Jupiter month. You have good empathy. You understand other people, but sometimes your character might change because one branch goes to Saturn. That shows that you can be self-centered sometimes. Your character might be changed. This is sometimes in relationships can be effect if they don't know you very well. And then sometimes, and you put yourself in the center of everything. But we can say this branch also strong. So sometimes like this, sometimes like that. This might change, but and regularly you are good with people, you're good empathy, you like to help. But sometimes maybe you hide that feelings. You are more centered about you care about money, your career, yourself more. So that's not can be big problem. This is good for making money and then for career, but sometimes you have other part too. So you have to have a balance always. You have to be careful about this thoughts and feelings. Like you sometimes you care more about your desires and your wishes and what you want to have than other people you can give. This kind of difference. Like I said, Jupiter lines also if you're interested in politics can be good, especially with long term and then with long index finger you can be leader and then you can lead people, but there has to be some goal related to your hobbies or your missions, it has to be like that. And then you can be always good with public spheres, especially with the sun lines are strong in your hands, so you will not be shy, you can be in front of people always. And then this is good to have always in life, for career, for charities or politics, that's good to have leading. Long term also makes you very strategic thinking, always you're planner, you want to have goals and then you should know always what to do next 10 years, where you're gonna be yourself. So you always plan that and you organize that. This is also a good quality to have. And being ambitious and a responsible person, also being controller and leadership abilities, having a good willpower and determination, of course, with that, and that supporting with good Venus mount here. So Venus qualities are good. And lifeline is very important line. It goes wide. This is good for longevity and plus being extroverted, and then it shows to attachment to the earth, and then shows that how much you expect from the God. That's very important to have a deep lifeline and wider lifeline. It shows that your belongingness to earth, you don't give up easily. So that makes you live longer. And then for that also good life qualities you're gonna have. And then for physical power also, for good immunity system, to have this very important. And also the sea branches here, this is abroad settlement lines, and then which is you're abroad already. That shows that I think you came later to the US or you were born there. If you were born there, you can also go other countries. So this is good for international businesses. Also, your fate lines comes from month of moon. That shows that as much as far from family or where you belong or where you were born, it's better for you. Like overseas business, like things like that. You can work online for other people from far away. So you can have a good chance like that, or changing cities, sometimes changing careers can be good. Or for marriage, also this person can be far away, so you have to travel to find her. This is another thing. But it can be good marriage as well with the lines like this from month of moon. Also, your moral is always good. You are not very depressive person. If we see lines like this, they are more depressive, demoralizing lines, but you have more upper. So your moral is always better, shows that. But I saw here Ring of Saturn, you easily blame yourself for if you are not successful on some things, and then you demoralize yourself maybe a little bit and you blame yourself. So you should be careful with that. There is Grill of Venus here as well. And then also Saturn ring. Saturn ring is very dangerous line. So you should be very careful. If you feel very deep depressed yourself, you should always, go see the professionals. And then that can be one warning here. But generally, when I look at the hand, it looks good for moral. And especially with the Noki fingers here, you are very spectacle about everything. Maybe other people, they are thinking bad about you. You feel like that, you're always spectacle about anything in life, for work, for other people. So maybe you have some trust issue. So you should be careful with these feelings also. Of course, they are good to have, to be spectacled about everything, but you need to control that as well, and then not go too high. So these trust issues also can be affecting your marriage life. You don't trust and you don't get married. Maybe this is one of the reasons can be why you are not married. Another thing, Grill of Venus here also related some blockage. Sometimes you feel not value, or you feel like small things can be big problems. So with age, of course, you get over them, but sometimes these feelings can come. Also, Grill of Venus can give you good spiritual powers, and then you can feel other people, their characters, they're good or bad. This is good to have as well. Also, being attractive, especially with the sun line, you have good energy. People maybe like you, when they say you. This also can make your marriage easy. You can be noticed by other people easily, which is your sun line is also not too bad in your hand, especially with Grill of Venus together. You can be attractive. I don't know if you had issues with it, but I don't think when you see these lines here, it could be no problem with this. So also with Grill of Venus, always like to work, especially with the Simian lines in your hand. You always produce something. You want to do something. You don't want to sit without doing nothing. For your hobbies, things you like to do, you're always busy with everything in life. That's also good quality. So on your lifeline again, when we come to these effort lines in your hand, which is here in this picture, these are in the beginning. Later in life, we saw like this. They're kind of traveling lines, also like your incomes. So you achieve things, maybe getting properties, travelings involving maybe, or of course there are stresses when you have them. You get something, but with stress, not easy for you. For this is for everybody actually, but they are good lines to have for your life quality. Every year you make it better, which is good. And then your standards, life standards could be getting better. And you already maybe noticed this because these are previous years, so you might have something already. Maybe property or some savings, some investments. This is good to have, and later in life they are still continue here. And you were wondering also, lines come from Venus Moon and mixing to Fate line. That was one of your question, and you said they are not looking very visible in the pictures, but I can imagine them. I see them a little bit here. This is sun line actually, and then some lines goes to Mercury, but some of them, like this is maybe heritage line. This is comes from family ring, and then same time here touching, and then this connection line starts. Maybe in the future, maybe 4 or 5 years later, some heritage can come with family, and it can be very good for you to start something. And with mixing the fate line here, mostly maybe from the father side, this heritage. And these lines were not here before. You said, yeah, the lines can be changed. How they change when you being very active in the life. You meet a lot of people, many things going on. You manage more than business, or you've been in more than team. So many things, many efforts makes many lines in the hand. Of course, more stress also makes more lines. And then this kind of things affect. Of course, when that lines appearing more in the hand, you should always being with your heart, your veins, and then circulations, so you need to make sports and then feed yourself good. So this exercising, fresh air always at the same time become more important when you become active in the business life as well, with the stress and everything, this is always goes together. So you should do for your body as well. You should work for your body, your feelings, and for spirituality works you need to do. And also when I see these third phalanges are more narrow in your palm, which is here almost disappear. That shows that maybe you are not good at it cooking, like something has to done with hand, Maybe you are not very talented, but you don't have to be, This is not everybody has to be good with the painting or arts. Especially your fingers are very short if you compare with the palm. That shows that, you are more on the practical, like you like to build big things, but not working on very detailed things, That shows that. And sometimes you rush the things, you want to get results very fast. You don't have much patience about things, but you have good focus and concentration as well, when you do the things, because of the simian lines in the both hand. And when we came back to the, again, lines appearing from the lifeline, these triangles here become always some achievements, like maybe open your own business in this period, maybe next 5 years can be, and because connection with the Mercury lines here, and then that gives a good chance. And after that triangles, if lifeline quality is still good and then branches comes out, that shows that it's a good decision to open your business always. So of course always make sure what to do, but you have good potentials to have on your own business. You can lead your business, which is you have Jupiterian qualities, your index finger long, which is Jupiter finger, and then your Jupiter lines are good. These qualities make you the lead your company, and you can lead other people, and then you can teach other people what to do, which is good qualities to have. Also in the right hand, I see some fish sign between Jupiter and Saturn finger, and also left hand I saw that sign here. That shows that, wealth and material success, one of the line we check. Also here we have another line about wealth sign, about money sign we are saying. And of course we have many good sun line and fate lines and Mercury lines. There's also good for the having money or being rich. So, and another thing, of course, with saving, we see triangles here with the Mercury lines, fate lines together, making these triangles here, and great triangle we have here, which is you can invest on the lands or houses, which is you are into it. Maybe you're feeling that also, because you are the person goes with the feeling. So you can continue on this, but there are little gaps here because of Naki fingers here. It can be related to that, to having gaps. Sometimes money comes and flows, goes out. You cannot save everything. If you feel that you get money and you cannot save it, maybe sometimes happen. You can get ruby ring on the right hand ring finger, original ruby ring, to believe that also mentally helps you. And then prit and string stones also, if you have in the office, or bracelets that can help you to save more money. But I see to get the money, a lot of lines here, but with the savings sometimes can be a little bit issue. Especially in this picture, I see clearly. You see Mercury lines, nice here, many of them, and makes nice triangles here. Also here, you see big triangle here, another one here. Has to be headline inside, fate and Mercury line, which is they make nicely triangles, and also great triangle I said earlier. So these are good to have. I think you will not have a big issue, but if you feel that you're having an issue, like ruby ring can be helpful. Only the things here, gaps here. That's it. Other than that, everything looks very good. So when we come back this fish sign here, this is like ability to make quick decisions, because you are, with the short fingers, you are very fast decision maker. But actually with the Naki fingers, with your fingers here, like in the beginning I said, you take time to make decision. But other things, short fingers and fish symbol here, it also can help you to make it faster. But you will not make mistakes, I believe. Even you rush the things, but you think a lot. You go so deep inside on everything. You don't see the big picture. By you take everything and then you see the big picture. So this is good balance, I can say. Also, this fish symbols here between Jupiter and Saturn finger, protection from financial losses, It's nice protection. Also having a good sense of purpose, which is, I already said also this in the beginning. There is another special line here, connects from Jupiter and Mercury. It mixing to heart line a little bit and it comes like that. Those two fingers connect. This is also another, we can say, good line. In left hand also I see that. One more like this. That shows that combination of Mercury qualities and Jupiterian qualities, which is in both qualities is very good in your hand. Like you can communicate with people effectively. Sales and marketing can be very good. Can be good with money and business management. Again, I was saying that earlier. That gives another plus for you, these qualities here. And Jupiterian qualities makes everything bigger, looks better. So you do small things with the sayings or acting or money, it can look big other people, it can look very big in other people's eyes, get appreciation from other people, especially when you have nice sun lines in your hand, that always whatever you do you get appreciation, and then whatever you do it looks big on other people. You do something, you always look good. So this is another good quality to have it here, and it in both hands you have them. You are thinking that it shows that you are thinking also like this. You do something, people buy, and this is people what they know about you as well. So in the beginning of the video I was explaining that left and right hand difference. So this is good lines to have. So as we see here, there are parallel lines in Simian, like these ones. You see some parallel lines that shows sensitivity and emotional depth. Can be, you can understand other people's emotions very easy, what they are feeling, which is Grill of Venus you have as well in your hand. Like you cannot get manipulated by other people easily. You are naive, you are nice, you are like to help, but not. I don't think they are easily can manipulate you. That's also very good quality. But like I said, you should not increase trust issue to other people. You should be careful with that. That can be blockage for your marriage. Can be big difficulty. Also, this can give you another quality. This parallel lines to your Simian, very resilient to emotional difficulties and obstacles in your life. So there are good qualities as well. Like many Mercury lines, I said, like versatility and success in multiple areas, especially with many sun lines here, like many interests and many different success in different paths in life. So you have many interests and then you like to do them as well. So they are very good to have these sun lines like this. So you're gonna be successful anyways, which is in early ages you start to feel that you have different things you can do, different interests. And other pictures we saw them, they are very stable, for good health as well. To have strong, you may be getting very easily sick, but you recover very fast. This is a nice fuse system for your health, these Mercury lines here. If they're broken or like a ladder, they're more problems, but they're thin and then straight. Without broken, they are going, which is very good. Like I said, center of the palm is big, and that shows that very practical and hardworking person you are, and then problem solving and good crisis management you might have, and then being energetic and well motivated whatever you do. Really, you can have good concentration with Simian lines, and then squarish palm, and then big center of the palm. And we saw another branches like this. It makes your heart line. That shows that you're a passionate person, and then you like to help people and sensitive about other people and nature, which is you were also mentioning your email. So when I check your questions again, and you're saying new lines are always appearing in your hands, that shows that very active life, new approach and attempts in your life, and many people, many actions. That shows that you are really pushing, and then you want to get results. You don't just sit and wait things can happen or what. So these lines appearing in good way. When I see the lines, they are appearing in good way. And you say many line, end of the lifeline. These are branches about abroad settlement. And then when I see like this line here, for example, you come to this world with very strong old soul, so can affect you in this life. This is some belief, it can be true. And then and there is one more here also parallel to that. This is also actually nice recovering when the lifeline is getting thinner with the Mercury line takes over. that shows that in early ages you need to be careful with your health. If you are taking care of yourself good, you can live even longer. But generally lifeline getting wider and then longer and deep. And this forks here, this like life qualities and good retirement can be in your life. That nice effects here. And this line here, it can be in your life some woman that can be your mother or some partner or wife, or it can be teacher for you, things. And then like a life coach, from the women's, you can get lucky or get good knowledge from them. This kind of sign is that one. And then also here shows that always triangle signs in this part. This shows a previous life as well as your spirituality. You have a good karma. And then for investment, not expected money is like lottery, you can have lucks related to that. And then also one line here goes to the one of moon that shows that your dreams might come true. You have feelings, things gonna happen, and then there happens, like a kind of like fortune telling. You have good feelings about related any topic to that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 bracelet lines that shows good protection from bad things. Financial losses can be also life standards physically and mentally. It shows that nice stability. Now you are 46 and you notice that already you have stable power and mental things. They don't go too much up and down. Nice stability about money, your life, your physical power, your mental power. That shows that it goes good. There are a little bit chains here, maybe a little bit allergic reactions with breathing, so don't smoke. But other than that, these lines looks good here, we can say. Also, sometimes chains like that, family issues with your family. I don't know how your relationship with the family, that can shows that can be some issues. So you need to always fix that. When we see the branches end of the lifeline, if they are very thin lines branching, that shows that your life quality is so bad in the elder ages. But the lines are deep, so it cannot be big issue. Especially Mercury lines are taking over here, so could be like smooth elder ages. So no worries about that. And when we see this Yav symbol here, it shows okay, this is like nice Yav here for money, for luck, even for marriage, it can be good. And then here this shows your brain activities. They are a little bit stressed, but these are normal. There are not thick or deep lines here, so your mind looks okay. Not too much stress, is normal levels. And then like I said, this is good, can be for marriage. And another, actually, you have good lines for marriage. Maybe you had some relationships didn't work, or some of them maybe they cheat on you. There are lines here, you separate it, I don't know, things like that. But here another ring, family ring, looks very strong and long. These lines going from 0 to 90 and there is no breaks. Also this shows longevity, and family is important for you, even you have some maybe issues or not, family is important. And then these lines here from outside comes like that, goes and not breaks the Yav symbol, goes smoothly here. This is step by step you get rich, related to family, with heritages maybe, or some other things, some other sources that shows that. So very important thing now in your hands, maybe why you are not married can be affected. That in the right hand I saw this line here from inner Mars to goes to where is your where they goes to marriage lines side, right hand, also left hand. In the both hands I saw that line. Here in the left hand you see one more line goes like that. Where is your affection lines here, that goes to that part from inner Mars. So some people, they believe because of black magic you cannot marry it, some karma, some blockage. So maybe subconscious works, like access bars or similar to that regression. You have to do this kind of works to figure out why is that, why you are not married. You want to get married, but maybe it didn't happen. There is some problem, some blockage with that. These lines shows that. Sometimes these lines comes, they are attached to the marriage lines. Here like this one, that shows like a separation. You didn't even get breakup, but there are separation lines already. And then like islands here, there are lines like you can show your love, and then you want that, you really want to get married. You show love to other people. But there are some difficulties, some obstacles for you. You have to figure out what are they. Most likely it can be karma or something related to your actings. Like you doing good empathy. You understand other people. You understand other people. But maybe some trust issue can be. You can. I don't think you will have communications problems. You are good at it. But trust issue or other things, can be why you are not married. When I check the lines, like you have good signs for marriage. You have symbols here and one marriage line here. Family ring is good. Your heart line, you are like patient person, nice person. Like you like to do things for other people. You understand other people, and then you can be good for people. Which is Ring of Solomon's and Mercury lines in both hands. So why not married? This is a big question. This can be sometimes can be related to your ancestors. They do something bad for the marriage, they cheat or some trust issue, they didn't, maybe heritages. So you have to find this with the access bar or regression to figure out what is the problems can be and try to fix them. Actually, maybe spiritually you can fix, clear in your mind, especially subconscious. This kind of extra works can be good. Those are traveling lines. This is very good to have as well. In both hands they are strong. When I compare with right hand and left hand, you see your left hand, especially this is before 40, after 40 lines are thin in the left, almost not appearing. But when we come to the right hand, which is most important, your active hand, and then lines are much better. Like you really improved everything. You look good from outside. Maybe you don't know how good you are because left hand how you think yourself, but right hand like how people see you. So you really can do better than you think yourself. So always also be careful about this. You can do better. You're doing also good, but you don't know how good you are. So you have to watch out that, because when I see the right hand fate lines since early age and then later ages looks good in the right hand. Also sun lines, Mercury lines, everything looks good. Also here like sun lines also not too bad. They are not too much crossing each other. Mercury lines looks better in the right hand, which is you better with the more skills you had and then more communications. In the right hand they look better than left. Also you see here 4 lines. This is very good to have, longevity, money, protection. These 4 lines very important. Like I said, don't smoke, do sports, always oxygen, being in the oxygen, fresh air, exercise, always better. And when I check your fingerprints, like what element you might miss, maybe fire and then earth. So sometimes you can have more red colors on you, like you have water and then air elements. I can see from the fingerprints. So you're emotional person, so sometimes you feel like if you have problem with self-confidence, so that because of your fire and earth element may be missing. You can see that in your birth chart as well. Just check, you will see the same things are missing most likely. So putting more red colors on you, accessories can be maybe red car, related to like green can be, earth, being in the earth. Sometimes make a fire, watch the fire, that can help you as well. Sometimes you feel very tired and you cannot do nothing, do this kind of activities. But blue and light blue, these colors you need to be use less with accessory or when you choose the colors. You have enough these elements. So another question, I always been interested in real estate investments and have been looking into it more seriously as the alternative full-time job as opposite to the normal employee job. So you are saying you want to quit your job and doing real estate. Look, when I see the lines here, you have more than one fate line, more than one Mercury and Sun line. That shows that you can manage many businesses in same time. While doing your job, you can do real estate too. You have these potentials. Like you can focus on many things in same time. So make sure your new startup doing good and then you quit your job. My recommendation. because you can manage same time, like you work and you study same time. Like you have good things like that. You did that before for sure. So in future also you can do this both, maybe part-time other one and then full-time other one. Later when you see your real estate idea works good, which is you have good signs for that, good luck for investments. So good potentials basically. So you can do that. Another question you have, I would like to know if eventually I will not need to worry about money and will be able to just work for animals, nature, or charity like this, which is I said you have hobbies, you have passionate about your desires, what you want to do, and then when I see the lines in your life quality is getting better and you can manage more than one things. These things when you have financially really freedom, you can start right away, but don't give up the jobs, same time you can start other things. Eventually you will never need to work again, so you can focus all your desires like you mentioned here. So in future, like I already said that you have a good retirement, it's gonna become. So you just work like that, save money for your retirement plans, which is nice plans to have. You will eventually be there. So looks like promising, kind of lines here. In elder ages, we have good lines here. So you will have a still energy to work. Like you will never stop working. Looks like for your hobbies or your money, So this line shows that. And then another thing here, your heart line mixing to the fate line. That shows that this marriage or woman for your life can be far away and you can meet her unexpectedly, randomly, like when you are not thinking about that gonna happen and this can happen. And after that connection, you can bring luck to each other. You can make business together, so it can be lucky, nice marriage as well. You have good signs in your hand for marriage. I don't know why it didn't happen because there are lines here, like I said, maybe some black magic or some blockage from related to family. You have to figure out that problems. And then, like I said here, like we cannot exactly say what can be, but for marriage potentials, you have good, you have good empathy. You really want. You see, these marriage lines are really good here. Of course, there is some affection. Maybe your family-related problems, can affect that marriage. Some people around you, but generally this is not the main issue. The main issue, the other things from inner Mars, these lines comes to do your Mercury, because I saw before similar lines in other people, so they had issues like that. Most likely you might have too, uh, because of your karma can be. I said you have a good karma, but this is specifically something can affect. I don't know. You need to figure out that with other alternative works. It can be came out what it is. Also, your index fingers towards a little bit of Saturn finger in physical movements. Your back, you have to be careful. You need to make stronger your neck. Your spine can be sensitive. So when we came to the left hand, your heart line again, like some branches goes to inner Mars. That shows that genetically from family wrong decisions about marriage. Maybe they also broke up or making not good decisions. Always some fights. This kind of karmic things can be. Right hand, I didn't see like that. You kind of a little bit change that. They are going more upwards. Doesn't go here. Only the headline comes from there. You kind of fix that problem. You will not be fight or you will not make a wrong choice. But you had something like that from family. So head and heart line here is mixed. Like I said, they're in one path. This is here another emotional line here, like extra heart line. This one too. Branch here again with Ring of Solomon. You're very humanist, like I said. Maybe you have a lot of friends around you, very busy, and then that shows good quality for a human being. These things here. This is another good lucky money sign you have. Look, this marriage line here very strong. You see, it can be lucky marriage as well because going to sun finger. Some good title person can be in your life. You always look for upper as well. Has to be, maybe can be better than you. Some person. The person can be really helpful for you to improve yourself with her support. It can be lucky marriage as well. When I see the sign, like I said, up and down, like minus and pluses. There are many lines about marriage. Has to be something. You know, it couldn't be so bad. And left hand also has Girl of Venus here. And then here, triangle again. Nice. Looks nice. Here, you know, lifeline again. Making triangles, going to Mercury finger. Like, you're gonna open on your own business. Looks like in left hand, like your destiny, you know. You're gonna make it some point. You will own on your own place. Looks like. Just keep working and then don't give up on your dreams. It can be possible for you, you know. Those are good Jupiter lines, like on the right hand. Like Jupiter qualities are good. Mount in your hand looks like developed, you know. Everything is in the balance here, I can say. There is no extra or low. So you have good perspective to look around and see the things equally. So making decisions like that and not make mistakes, being good quality controller, good physical power, and you like the work, and then you have good potentials for anything you need. You know, this is good to have well-developed mounts in your hands. Sometimes Saturn mount is extra development, means that you focus only on the money, but this is not very extra, is middle size. You like money, you material world is important for you. You need to have it to, of course, for your goals and for your target. You need money, so that's normal to have. For you, actually, good to have. You know, when I check the nails, the color looks okay. Only the here white crescent is only in one finger. Has to be at least 3 finger. That shows that you always need to keep your immunity system strong. Sports, you know, and you have to take care of your health, of course. But this is not a big warning. Just that shows that you might get sick easily, you know, but you have a strong Mercury line, so you recover fast. Another thing with the nails here, they are short. You see small nails. That shows that this is showing always exciting and then hasty nature. You would like to get quick results on everything. Any attempt you will do, you would like to get results fast. We have reached the end of the video. If you would like a palm reading like this, please feel free, reach out to me through the description section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it.